Hey everyone, welcome back to an update video on my Operation Dark Angels Glow Up. I've been busy. I haven't had a lot of time to paint lately because I've been assembling models. So in the last few weeks, of course a few weeks ago I posted my first video and I was just talking about, showing all the models that I've purchased. And since then, I've assembled most of them. I've assembled all but the three characters, the Chaplain, Azrael, and of course Lionel Johnson, so that I'm going to save them for last. I'm going to give them their own attention, but I want to show you my models, and it's going to be the source of a lot of painting with J's, maybe some quick painting tutorials, we'll see, because in the next video I want to go really crazy and start painting these insanely. So yeah, let me show you how much I've worked on. Basically, I just did the math. It's about 2,000 points that I've assembled already, and I have another about 600 points off the table that I haven't assembled yet. So the total glow up is about 2,500 points. Awesome. Which is a great way to bring in an army into this edition. Plus, I was able to take some of the parts and improve my knights, as I mentioned. So now they're going to be ready for the tabletop as well, and for games. They look much better. And I've also been working on them in my Painting with Jay video, and I'll probably finish them up this week as well. I have about probably another hour on them. So let's get to show you all the models I've been working on, and you'll see. And as I'm going to have a busy time up ahead. So check it out, everyone. Here are all the models I've assembled so far. There's a lot of them. As you see, it's just on my surface here. I'm going to go through them all in this video. I've been assembling like a crazy person, and so my goal is to have all these models painted up over the next couple months. I think the end of October is a fair goal, and then afterwards I'm going to have my reward is I'm not allowed to paint Lionel Johnson or Azrael or the Chaplain until all these are done. That's going to be my motivation and my reward. In that way, I'm going to have some fun. So let's get started here. As you can see, I have about 2,000 points. This is just under 2,000 points already assembled. I have of course, the Terminator Librarian. By the way, I'll talk about my experience as well with assembling these guys. The push fit models from the starter set, they work together really well. They went together pretty easily. They were really unintuitive the way that they separated the pieces, but they went together pretty well. The bane of my existence was the Brutalis. That's what they call it, Brutalis. It was brutal to assemble. The Brutalis Dreadnought was probably the least favorite assembling, as well as the Desolation Squads, I'd say, were not the easiest. I kind of figured out some tips. For example, if you are assembling these guys, for example, I recommend gluing the arm. So what I did was I glued this part to the gun, and then I put on the arm and that part at the exact same time, which allowed me to figure out the exact pose and the angle that it was supposed to be, and then I glued the other arm in to support it, which was really easy. So that's a tip for those people who are building Desolation Squads in the future. But let's get started here. So of course I have the Terminator Librarian, the Captain Librarian, sorry, not the Captain Librarian, the Captain Terminator Armor. I have a couple of lieutenants, 1 and 2 lieutenants, which we know are probably never going to see the tabletop, but I put this guy, this is the guy from the set, and so not the starter set, this is the one from the Strike Force. I really want a game of Fist and a Plasma Pistol. I really like them. I'm going to be painting up this guy, of course, in Deathwing colors, because he'll be going with the Deathwing squads. I have my Apothecary Biologist. I can't wait to get this guy on the tabletop. He is pretty awesome. He gives, deadly hits. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Love it. And, of course, another lieutenant who will probably never see the tabletop. Cool. It looks a great looking model. I just don't think I'm going to use a lot of lieutenants. We'll see. I have a heavy intercessor squad with a heavy bolter. These guys are great. They're a great battle line squad, especially in combination with the Apothecary Biologist. So they're great. I already have one squad, so it gives me another one. Fantastic. I have a Terminator squad, which I'm going to paint up in Deathwing colors because I just want more Deathwing Terminators. Cool. And maybe I'm debating whether or not I want to add another, maybe some flair from, I had the box. I still have some of the pieces. Maybe I can kit bash and add some things to those guys. I'm debating on that before I paint them. Maybe not. I might just paint them as normal, you know, Deathwing. I have 2 squads of Desolation Marines. Desolation Intercessors. I don't know what they're called. Desolation squads. Both of them I went with a crack, and then these guys have their other guns. I forgot the name of them. That's okay. But I went with the crack missiles, and cool. You know, these guys are going to be great for doing some firepower, indirect fire, and they're pretty awesome. I love the rules. I have 2 Infernus squads, 5-man with a sergeants as well. Great stuff. They're flamers and flamer templates. They're pretty awesome. You know, they'd be great for Overwatch. Yes. I have a 5-man command Deathwing squad. I went with the champion, the sergeant, or essentially the leader of the squad, of course, and apothecary. An ancient. He'll be fun to paint up. I always love the banners. And for the standard guy, I gave him a missile launcher. That gives him some heavy firepower, and of course, the champion, and their little watcher dude, and a Stern Guard squad. I've never painted a Stern Guard squad before because Dark Angels didn't have them, so I can't wait to paint them up too. And then the 2 Dreadnoughts, a Ballistus and a Brutalis. I really like the look of the Brutalis though. He was just not fun to build, but I really like the look of him with his talons and his meltas. He is a hard-hitting model. And the other one, of course, has las cannons and missile launchers. So I can't wait to try him out on the tabletop too. I'm going to try both of them out and see how they do. He'd be a great long-range support piece. He'd be a close combat beast. So they're both going to be really fun. Both going to be really fun. But that's it. So as you can see, I've been busy. I've assembled a lot of models. I've used a lot of plastic glue. And I can't wait to assemble these guys. What I usually do is I like to alternate squad, character, squad, character, squad, character, because that way it you know, alternates. And what I do is I usually do like full squads. So I'll do the 2 Infernus squads at the same time. I'll do the 2 Desolation squads at the same time. I will probably paint up the Terminators and the Terminator Command Squad at the same time. Deathwing Command Squad, same time, and the Terminators. But as I said, I'll just alternate between, you know, big models with a little more detail and squads, and that way I can just you know, it breaks it up. It's kind of how I do my painting strategy, and it tends to work better. I don't get as burnt out as quickly. You know, you paint 10 guys quickly, and then you paint a character as a palette cleanser. But that's it. As you see, I'm very busy, and I'm really excited not to have to assemble models for a while. This is going to be several Painting with Jays worth of models, and maybe I'll do a couple of quick tutorials about slap chopping these guys. We'll see if I have the time, and then I will reward myself after they're all done with the 3 cool models. The Chaplain on a bike. By that point, the Space Marine Codex will probably be out, and there'll be no bikes left. And Lionel Johnson and Azrael. They're going to be really cool models to assemble and paint up as well. So maybe I should have built them, but I don't know. I'm going to wait and think about what helmets and head options I want to do in the meantime. Cool stuff. And this is already almost 2,000 points on the tabletop already. Phenomenal. My Dark Angels are getting a glow up. I love it. And that is it. So that concludes my update. As you can see, I have a lot of models now to paint. Another 50 to go, and then I'll get to the 3 characters as my reward for painting all those guys over the next few months. My goal, to have all these models painted up by the end of October. I want to give myself 2 months. 2.5 months, I think, is ample time for me to try to paint a lot of them. I'm going to be slap chopping most of them, and I'm going to be using an airbrush to do the main color on each one, and that'll be the next video. Yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you as always for watching this video. Please like the video, comment in the comment section down below of how your painting projects are going along. Hopefully you're making some progress as well. As I said, I haven't been painting a lot because I've been just assembling models. As you can see how many hours it would have taken to assemble all of these models. It's been a lot. So stay tuned for more videos. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.